Okay, here we go again. I'm going to start building the roof rack for my 2003 4runner. Just kind of the before shot. Alright, let's head over to the garage and start building. Okay, so here's the boxes, 2 boxes. There's also a package of screws here. I did order the black screws, which was a complete waste of money. But I wanted the black screws, so let's start unwrapping and get building. Okay, so we got it somewhat organized. Still the screws left to organize, but you know, we got the mounts to the 4runner, front fairing, rear fairing, 2 side rails, and then all the crossbars in the middle, the gasket that we put on the roof. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. I do have 2 bags of screws, and I bought the second black bag, but there's way less screws in the black bag. So I'm thinking that these are just for the ones that are visible, which makes sense. Still, it was way too expensive to buy those things. I'm not sure if it's worth it, but yeah, I'll sort the screws here and then start building. One more thing I thought I'd mention, I'm just going through like the count sheet that is online. And so a few of these things I think might be extras, like these rubber plugs. I can't really find a spot for those. These screws, no, I don't think they're needed. So it looks like they might have a standard package they give out for the 4th gen 4runner, or maybe that's included with the light bar kit too. I don't know. So anyways, there's more than I needed, but I just thought I'd double check my count. Otherwise, we're good to go. Just a quick little thing here. Obviously, it is a bit of a challenge holding this on your own and lining up a crossbar. Just through a clamp on the end, something that's not going to scratch it, but just so it's freestanding, which it is now. And then I think to put that end of the bar onto something, just so it's lined up with this, it'll be easier to start feeding the screw in there. So let's try it out. I wanted to mention there's little slots only on one side, and you should mount them, make sure they're all on one side or the other side. Doesn't matter, driver's side or passenger side, just so you can mount from the same side. Okay, next step, we're going to be putting most of this onto this fairing. It's to protect the roof. They mentioned using 3M product or something to protect your roof, but I got an old 03 4runner. I'm honestly not too concerned about this sitting on there. Maybe I will be in the future, but yeah. So let's do it. So you want to just come past, there's a bend on this side and this side, just past the bend. Alright, there's nothing. Hate to be short, but alright. So yeah, as you push down, you can feel it slide on all the way. Let's go do the back fairing. So you got 2 pieces. We're going to go on both of the little bends in the middle here. Even on both sides. Perfect. Okay, yeah, they're both on. So now we're going to mount the front fairing. You need 6 nuts, 6 of the same size bolts used for the side rails, or the crossbars, sorry, and then washers. And it says to mount it in the highest position so that when you put it on your vehicle, you can adjust it down. Okay, last one for the fairings, and then you got the actual mounts that go onto the 4runner. put on next. So we're well on our way. Okay. We're gonna mount the brackets. So there's two bigger brackets and two smaller brackets. The bigger ones go to the back. You can see the different hole. There's the holes that go in the bottom onto the vehicle, and these mount onto the rack. These have room. You know, the oblong or oval, whatever, they have room to adjust, whereas these don't. So yeah, these go onto the rack. Yeah, and then it says it mounts on the rear most mounting holes and the front most mounting holes. So we'll tighten those on, and then we'll be ready to get the 4runner ready. So again, these I will leave loose. I'll put them on, but not tighten them. Every screw I put on her now is just on loose. We'll tighten them all in the end. Done. Okay, feet are on, fairings are on, crossbars are on. Everything's hand tight. Not even that, pretty loose. So I'm gonna pull a 4runner in the back alley and start taking off the rack. Let's go. Okay, so next up, grabbing the 4runner. Gonna pop off the roof rack. I'm really hoping that it's not rusted underneath there. The bolts won't come out very well. It's almost 20 years old. I live in Canada, so between salt and snow and water, it could be a mess under there. So cross my fingers that everything is good. Here's my baby.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, buddy. Oh yeah, there we go. There. I really don't care if I wreck these things. Maybe I should try to sell. There we go. Okay, so I was wrong. I said under the rubber seal, which is in the bottom. Pry over the rubber seal. Okay. Okay, so they're 12 mil bolts. I was wrong. Oh, it's been moving. Must be the different. Okay, so there's red Loctite on these bolts. Got something to think about for putting the new ones in, but I'm also using RTV, so I don't know if the Loctite will stay on. Yeah, let's remove this whole rack. Nice. Okay, so I did throw some RTV silicone into these holes. I'll show you what I did. Kind of a mess. Once the rack's in place, I'm going to put more into the screw holes and then bolt it down. This stuff says to wait an hour before you actually torque it, but we'll see what happens. The last part will be kind of just filling these holes with more of this RTV. It's messy, you know, but and then we're going to put our screws through that silicone. I put probably too much on. Yeah, it's hard. One of those things. I feel like too much is better than too little. I'm just going to snug them. I'm not going to put them super tight yet. So now I'm just going around tightening up every bolt. So I'm kind of pushing the rack down. I got the fairings up still. So I'm pushing the rack down where it mounts onto the 4runner, just to make sure it's as low as possible. I think the lower it is, the better it looks. So I'm going to do the 2 feet, and then I'm going to go along and do all the crossbars too. Alright, got her finished. It's on. I thought about putting Loctite on some of these bolts, but I'm waiting for now. Maybe I will later. Really happy with it. Trying to decide the gap from this side all the way to this end gets lower, and I could adjust this one up to make that gap even, but the tighter it gets, the better it looks. So I'll leave it for now and then decide. Victory 4x4. Well made. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next vid.